Welcome back. In this video, we will see IP routing, but using both primary and secondary route. The motive here is first we'll set up the router and the links, and I'll tell you the motive for it. So let's get three routers, one here, one here, and one here. Okay. So we need to add the serial link. The last video we saw how to do that, so you can refer to that. So let's go to physical, turn it off. It's nothing, you just drag this inside there, turn the power back on. That's all we are doing. Okay, now let's connect all these. So 0 0 1 0 to 0 1 1. Okay, let me go ahead and mark that. S010 and S011. Okay, and from here to here now, S011 to S010 S/11 S010. Okay, now let's connect this one, S010 S011. S010 S011. Okay, we got all the interfaces marked, because otherwise it will be a bit confusing with all the lines. So you don't really have to do this, but it's better to just mark it in case you are confused with this. Okay, now let's add the network. So this is the one network, this 192.168.2 network, this 192.168.3 network, correct? And first of all, we'll also, okay, now let's connect this switch to router. Okay, so we know these interfaces are G000, G00, G00. Now let's mark the network as well. So we have the 192.168.1 network, 192.168.2 network, 192.168.3 network here. Now we'll just say this one is 10 network. Between this router and this router is the 10 network, and then we'll say from here to here, this here's 11 network, and this long line is going to be the 12 network. Okay, so let's do that. Let's mark that 12.0.0.0. 11, actually 10, right? 10, 0, 0, 11, 0, 0. Okay, so let's also going to mark this as 11.1. Just gonna mark it here 11.2, which is going to be this interface, here, and this one going to be 12.2, 12.2, and then 12.1, 10.2, 10.1. A little bit. Okay. All right. So we have that marked. So we have the 192.168.1 network, 192.168.2 network, 192.168.3 network, and then these lines are going to be 10 network, 11, and 12. Now let's configure these routers. So this G000 interface is going to be our default gateway, right? So this is going to be 1.100, this is going to be 2.100, this here is going to be 3.100. Enable conf interface G000, interface G00, IP address 192.168.1.100, 255.255.255.0. Now shut. So now you can see it's coming up, and then we'll go to this interface, or this will do this first, the 10.1. So it will be S01/0. So interface S01/0. Now shut. IP address 10.0.0.1, 255.0.0.0. Then we'll do the 12.1 interface, which is S011. Interface S011. Now shut. IP address 12.0.0.1, 255.0.0. We are done with this router. We'll do the IP routing later after we do the IP configuration. Enable conf. So we'll start with the interface G000, interface G000. Now shut. IP address. This is a default gateway. Say 2.100, 255.255.255.0. Then we'll do this interface S011. Interface S011. Now shut. IP address 10.0.0.2, 255.0.0.0. Then we'll do this interface S010. Interface S010. Now shut. IP address 11.0.0.1, 255.0.0. We are done with that router as well. We can go to this one now. Okay, I forgot to power it back on, so power it on. It's going to take some time. It's going to reload. Okay, now here enable configure terminal. So we'll start with the gigabit interface G00. Now shut IP address 192.168.3.100 IP address 192.168.3.100 255.255.255.0, and then we'll do this interface the 11.2, which is S011 interface S011. Now shut IP address 11.0.0.2 255.0.0.0, and then we'll do this S010, which is 12.2 interface S010. Now shut IP address 12.0.0.2 255.0.0.0. Done. Now we'll just quickly put the IP address. Okay, so it has, I have already given the IP address, subnet mask and the default gateway. I think it's same thing here. Yeah, so I have given the IP address on all the PCs, so we don't need to worry about that. So we will need to just quickly configure the IP addresses and then start with the IP routing. So now let's talk about this. So from this router, right, this is the router that is connected to the one network 192.168.1.0 network, and also directly connected for 10 network and also 12 network, right? So now what happens if one of these lines go down? So if this line goes down, then the network will be down, right? So let's say this line wasn't there. There was this straight line connecting from uh, one network to three network. In that case, we have no redundant link, right? So that's why we need backup links like this. So if one link goes down, we can go via other way. So that's the motive behind what we are doing. So when we are doing when we do the IP routing, we need to tell which one is going to be the primary path and which one is going to be the secondary path. So for this router, we need to do the IP routing for the 3 network, the 11 network, and the 192.168.2 network. Those are the 3 IP routing we need to do on this router, right? So let's start. We'll start from here, the 192.168.3 network. So exit IP route 192.168.3.0 is the network ID we have to give, okay, not the IP address 255.255.255.0. Now let's see, to get to the 192.168.3 network, the next hop address is going to be 12.0.0.2, or we can give the exit interface which is S011, or we can do both, but in this case we'll do the next hop address which is 12.0.0.2. okay, now how we tell the router which one is going to be the primary path and which one is going to be the secondary path? How will the router know, right? So either we can do just by writing 1 here, meaning router will know that this is going to be the primary path, and the next path will do 2, so that means that will be the secondary path. Or if even if I don't put anything here, let's say delete this and enter it now, then this will become the primary path. So we don't have to put 1, just the next one, just put 2. That's all. So in this example we'll just put 1, but we don't have to. If you don't put it, it will still be the primary path. Okay, so that's it, and that this right here will be the primary path to get to the 192.168.3 network. Okay, so we'll do the secondary path, IP route. So it's via this link, right? So it's going to be IP route 192.168.3.0, 255.255.255.0, and the next hop address from here is going to be 10.0.0.1, 10.0.0.1, and then we'll put 2. Done. Invalid next hop address. So it's I've given 1 here. It's actually 2. So 2 and then 2. Done. Okay. So because the next hop address from here is 10.0.0.2, but here I given 1 initially, that's why we got the error message. Okay. Now let's do the 11 network, in the one between the 2 network and the 3 network. So IP route 11.0.0.0 against the network ID 255.255.255.0. Now this one we can really do both of it. Doesn't matter which one first, since it's here, because it's equal distance anyway. So let's just say this is the primary path and this will be the secondary path. Okay, so this time we are not going to say anything. Okay, we're just going to leave it without giving 1 there, and the router will think that this is going to be the primary path as long as we give number 2 on the next path. So sorry, I'm not given the next hop address, so it will be again 10.0.0.2. so next route, IP route 11.0.0.0 255.255.255.0, and it will be through here, and it will be 12.0.0.2, 12.0.0.2. Then we need to give 2 because 2 means secondary path. Okay, and done. Now let's do the second 192.168.2 network. IP route 192.168.2.0, again network ID. Okay, 255.255.255.0. Now to get to the 192.168.2 network, it's simple. This will be the primary path and this will be the secondary path. So the next hop address is 10.0.0.2, 10.0.0.2, and I'm going to go ahead and give 1 there. You don't have to. Next one will give 2, so this will be through here and then coming back here. So IP route 192.168.2.0, 255.255.255.0, and it will be 12.0.0.2 and 2. Done. So we are actually done with this router, and if we take a, let's do a show run, and we can take a look and make sure we have everything. Okay, here we go. It should have 6 total, right? We have the 3 network, both primary and secondary here. We have the 11 network, primary, secondary, and we have the 2 network, primary and secondary. So we have 6 total. So that is correct, and the secondary and primary and secondary path is given here, as you can see here. One of them we didn't give anything, but the router will know that this will be the primary path. Okay, let's do this router now. Okay, before we do this router is directly connected to 10 network and 11 network, so we are not worried about that. We are worried about this network 192.168.3.0 network, and we are worried about 192.168.1.0 network and the 12.12 network. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Start with 1.0. IP route 192.168.1.0, 255.255.255.0. So to get there, this will be the primary path, and the address will be 10.0.0.1. Actually, why don't I give the exit interface this time? So the exit interface here is S011. Okay, so S011. Remember, we can do either the next stop address or the exit interface. So I'll just go with exit interface, and the secondary will be going here, and then coming back here. Okay, so IP route 192.168.1.0 255.255.255.0. The next stop address there is 11.0.0.2 and then 2, and then we can do the either do the 12 network or we'll go to the 192.168.3 network. IP route 192.168.3.0 255.255.255.0. So this will be the primary path. So the next stop is 11.0.0.2 and we'll just say 1. IP route 192.168.3.0 255.255.255.0, and this will be the secondary path. So 10.1 is the next stop address, 10.0.0.1 and 2. Done. Now do the 12 network. IP route 12.0.0.0 255.0.0.0. So it doesn't matter because we have the equal path, equal cost, you can say. So it will be from here, so it's the same one. So let's say this one will be our primary, this will be our secondary. So 11.0.0.2 1. What happened? IP route 12.0.0.0 255.0.0.0 11.0.0.2 1. IP route 12.0.0 255.0.0.0 10.0.0.1 2, because this will be the secondary path. We are this way. Going this way will be primary, this will be secondary. Okay, done. So that's all we need to do on this router. Now this one. So in this one, the ones that are not directly connected is going to be, of course, the 1 network, and then the 2 network, and then this 12 network. So we need to advertise all 3 networks. IP route, we'll do 1 first, 192.168.1.0 255.255.255.0. So obviously this will be the primary path. So 12.0.0.1 is the next stop address, 1. IP route 192.168.1.0 255.255.255.0, and this will be the secondary path. So 11.1 is going to be the secondary path. 2. IP route 192.168.2.0 255.255.255.0, and this will be the primary path. So 11.1 again, 1. IP route 192.168.2.0 255.255.255.0. This will be the secondary path. So 12.1 2, right? Okay. Now we'll do the 10 network. Sorry, not the 12 network, the 10 network. 12 is directly connected, 11 is directly connected, the 3 of course is directly connected, so 10 network is remaining. So IP route 10.0.0.0 255.0.0.0, doesn't matter which way, so we'll just say this one is our primary, this is secondary. So yeah, so 11.0.0.1 11.0.0.1.1 IP route 10.0.0.0 255.0.0.0 11.0.0. Not 11, 12.0.0.1.2. Okay, do show run. I think that's all. Should have 6, right? Should have 6. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, I think that's correct. This one should have 4 only. Do show run. One, two, three, four, five. Ah, this one. Okay, this one still have everything should have 3, so 6 total. Do show run. Yep, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So one thing I want to say, if we do show IP route, it will not show the secondary path. Okay, it will only show the primary path, the best path, you can say. So for example, the 11 network, we said this will be uh, the primary path, so it's going to show only this 10.0.0.2 path. Okay, another example would be how to get a 2 network. So obviously this will be the primary path, and it's only going to show you this 10.0.0.2. The 3 network, obviously this will be the primary path, and it's going to show it as 0.0.2. It will not show the secondary path, but when we ping, and we'll check and the trace route, and you can see how it's done. So I think all the configuration is done. Interfaces are up, up, up. Here it's up, 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 right? 2.100. Here is also up, up, up. 12.0, 10.0. Yeah, everything is done. All the IP configuration is done on PCs as well. IP routing, static routing is done. So now it should ping, and we'll take a look at how the trace route, how the packet is flowing. So go to command prompt ping 192.168. We'll ping 2.1 first. Doing the ARP request, it should ping after this. Let's see. And it is pinging. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll do the trace route and 2.168.2.1. Now obviously this is the primary path to the 2 network, so it should go via the 10.2 address. Okay, first it went to the default gateway, and then it went to 10.0.0.2, and then it from there it got into the destination. Okay, so if you do ping 3.1, ARP request, and it should ping after this, and it is pinging, and we'll check the trace route. 192.168.3.1. So 3 network, to get to 3 network, this will be the primary path. So from from the PC it will go to the default gateway 1.100, and then it should go via 12.0.0.2. Let's see. Okay, as you can see, it went to the default gateway, and then from there 12.0.0.2, which is this interface, and then from there it went to the destination. Okay, So that's it. That's how you would do primary and secondary path, and hope it helps somewhat. And in the next video, we'll see something else. Thank you.